what she say? I'm mic'd up. I'm mic'd up. I am just so excited. I'm so happy for her. Just the stories, Deasia. She was in tears, and that was just beautiful. But I think that she deserved it. She is a true #1 pick, and I'm glad that a team that really could utilize her, they got her because they needed a point guard. Instantly, Dallas Wings becomes a contender now. Hey y'all, it's Nothing Lightly. We back with another episode, and y'all know what just finished. It's a special occasion. I'm C's and that's Dee, and we're here just minutes after the 2025 WNBA Draft. Just finished with 38 picks, and we're very excited to give you our take, our opinion. So Deasia, get us started. We don't need a long introduction on this one. We have been anticipating on this, waiting on this all year. Tell me, how did it feel just watching some of those families, just watching some of your favorites? What was your first reaction when you turned it on? Like, did it give you chills? Did it give you all of those feels that we were anticipating all year? It's like, it's what they said. This is the longest women's league in professional sports, and they're just in year 28 going into the third decade. And as you see the facility tonight, you see the players, you see like the rollout that they have for them, you see the growth. You got the orange carpet for the W. The players are there. They're sponsored by Coach. They're all deep in their bags. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. It's just like one of those, it's like an occasion that you don't want to miss, especially if you're supporting women's sports. It's not like the NBA. It's not like the NFL. It's the W's way, and that's why I like it. It's very inclusive. It's for the fans. You see, they're showcasing other stadiums, Connecticut Suns, Dallas Wings, all of these teams, the Valkyrie, the new team. It's just so much excitement around it, and this is just the beginning. W won't start for another month as they're getting ready to make the team. These players got drafted tonight, but now they got to go on and make the team. That's different than the NBA. There's a place like the G League, but as we've been saying this is our 7th episode, Sierra, and it's just different. The W, it's just different, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. It's a great league. Like, if you wasn't watching the WNBA draft tonight, you missed out. So many good picks, so many excitement calls, me and you both yelling at the screen like, yes, Chicago Sky, yes, Atlanta Dream, yes, the Wings, they got the depth that they need. And if you're not watching the WNBA, you just, what are you tweaking right now? You are really tweaking, because if Unrivaled had a great season, what do you think the W gonna do? These players are ready. They hungry. They coming out of college. And that's what makes the WNBA draft so great. It's because you get to see the growth of these players. You could see them go from, some of them wasn't even starting, let alone playing. You get to see them now, Sierra, grow into WNBA. They just got drafted. Some of them are going to be all-stars. Some of them are going to be champions. Some of them are going to be starters. You're going to have some role players. You're going to have two-way players. All these players they got drafted tonight, and we got to follow along. For most of them, their 4-year career, whether that's bouncing from team to team in the portal, whatever. Shout out Haley Van Leaf. Chicago Sky. Chicago Sky. I'm going to start it off with there. We're going to go down the road, and we're going to talk about every single. I do want to just say the WNBA, and this is for our followers, for everybody. If you're following us here on TikTok, on YouTube, if you're following us on our podcast, I want to get it correct. The WNBA, the first game is May 16th. Now, watch your TV programming, because we don't know how those games are going to air. But officially this year, the first game is May 16th. So,
okay, well, anyway, back to what I was saying. I'm shouting out Haley Van Leaf. I jumped to that pick, but I want to go down the list of every single pick, especially in that the first round, and then we'll go quickly through the second round. So, of course, with the first pick, we got Paige Bueckers to the Dallas Wings. The Dallas Wings, they got Enrique, they got Dejanay, they got Nalissa. They have some players that they brought over, but they had Enrique, and that was a tough season. But now they just going to go further. They looking for that championship. They added that depth tonight. The first pick, Paige Bueckers, she's going to make it a lot easier for Enrique. I think we learned today that Enrique was leading the league in unassisted points. That means she was just creating her own shot. That's tough to do it over and over and over again, and that's what she had to do last season. So this season, she don't have to do that as much. She can pass more. Her and Paige can play off each other, and then you got Dejanay playing great defense. It's just going to be a great season for the Dallas Wings. That's I'm looking for that team. If it's not the Sky, I'm excited to see the Dallas Wings. What do you think about the number 1 overall pick from UConn, Paige Bueckers sees?
Well, I'm so excited for that young lady. She has overcome a lot of adversity. She has had a lot of eyes on her, but I think that she's all the things that you want in a young superstar. I felt this way about her. I felt that she was a number 1 draft pick. You know how you feel when you watch the NBA draft? Like, all eyes are on this draft pick. Like, wow, Deasia, I want to hear their story. What are they wearing? Everything about them, all eyes are on them. And what she say, I'm mic'd up. But anyway, I am just so excited. I'm so happy for her. Just the stories, Deasia. She was in tears, and that was just beautiful. But I think that she deserved it. She is a true number 1 pick, and I'm glad that a team that really could utilize her, they got her because they needed a point guard, and like you made a great point. Now Enrique can play off the ball. Paige can be the facilitator, and they just going to be a scoring dynamite. To be honest, it's going to be something to see. I think instantly Dallas Wings becomes a contender now. So they made all of those pieces well before this happened. So I just like that they were making this happen Deasia months ago. I'm excited and everything about Paige. Shout out to her. Shout out to the WNBA.
So the number 2 pick we got, this player comes from France. And this is France. This is the highest pick that they've ever got in the WNBA draft. What I'll say about them is this player, she will stretch the floor. Her comparison is Wemby. This is what Tony Parker says. She's like a Wemby. She even said her own game is she don't like to just stick by the rim. She want to stretch the floor and get to the 3-point line. We've seen other players in the draft. Actually, this draft has a lot of those type of players, but this is the player. Her name is Dominique Malonga. I don't know if I'm saying that wrong, but Dominique Malonga goes to the Seattle Storm. We know on the Seattle Storm you got Skylar Diggins. So Skylar Diggins is going to find a man regardless here. That's what she did in Unrivaled. She knows how to facilitate. This is going to be like, I just hate to say it, but the Seattle Storm, they lost Jewel Lloyd, but they just got much better with this player. Along with Skylar Diggins, you got Alicia Clark that came from the Aces. So that makes this team better too. She's a great role player. She plays great defense and she can shoot the 3. So this team is going to be pretty good. Along with that, she's 6'6". See her 6'6". Come on now. That's hard to guard. And she can stretch the floor.
And I saw she was dunking.
Yeah.
An open floor.
So our number 3 pick is Sonia Citron. This is I won't say this is my favorite, but this is up there in the draft for me, this pick. I like to see her go so high. I think this is amazing for Notre Dame. She had a great season, a great year. I don't think Notre Dame would have been the number 1 seed. They wouldn't have got that seed at some point without a Sonia Citron. Yeah, you got a hats off to Hannah Hidalgo, Olivia Miles, but you also got to say Sonia Citron, Sierra, a 2-way player, very high IQ, can stretch the floor, plays great defense, just has tenacity. That's what Notre Dame was all about this year. And she can guard all positions almost. So I love to see this. Great on-ball defender. Shout out Sonia Citron. She's going to the Mystics, and they have a young team. Just made that team a lot better. How do you feel about her?
Well, I'm gonna just speak on the Mystics. They was on the clock a lot tonight. I think that they were really trying to get after it. They was looking to spend some money, and they were looking to build an organization where now, okay, they're looking to get in the playoffs. they was making some moves. So I will say that they had, if I'm not mistaken, 2 or 3 top 10 players. I don't know, at least 2. So yeah, I'm excited to see what she's gonna do. Um, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't watch her play as much this year, but from what I heard,
Well, you missed out.
yeah, I'm gonna say I missed out because what I've seen and what I heard of her, she legit.
She more than legit, Sierra. She WNBA ready. She's going to make that roster. No
Yeah.
doubt about it. Going on to the next pick, the Golden State Valkyries. They select in their first franchise pick. They get Justice Joyce. I don't want to butcher her name, but Justice Joyce. They get her. She's going to be added to a team like with Kate Martin. They needed depth. They needed a 5 and they needed a 1. And what did they do? They kind of got them both. They went for a big guard, and that's what she is. She has pro experience. She's a good pick and roll player. She just going to a new team. The Valkyries, they have the most international players, so this is good for them. They need that type of player, somebody they can rely on. You got Kate Martin already. They got some other solid picks today, so I'm looking forward to seeing them in their first inaugural season.
Excited to see that organization because they already got a strong. If you look at the comparison of the men, the Warriors are solidified. When you are trying to build a team or build the popularity of women's basketball in a city, nothing better than to have you're sharing that stage with Golden State. So, the Warriors, I would say. It is Golden State, but you're sharing that stage with the Warriors. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do this year.
And I messed up. So that was the 5th pick. The 4th pick was actually Kiki. She went to the Mystics. So the Mystics, they had the 3rd and the 4th pick, like you were saying. They got 3 of the top 10 picks. So Kiki coming from USC, coming from Stanford, amazing season at US. 36 points in the Sweet 16. She carried the team once Juju went down. She's just a great post player. Very solid, a lot of moves around the basket. I mean, she's WNBA ready, Sierra.
I have seen Kiki track down the ball from beyond half court. That was one of the plays of the year in college basketball. I'm happy that she went so high in the draft because she's going to be one of those players where her game does translate because she can shoot, she can step out. But when you have that type of, you desire the basketball defensively, rebounding and all that, that's going to take you far. In the W.
Yep. And going number 6, you got to shout out the small guard, Sierra. You must do it. Georgia Amore. She's going to the Washington Mystics. She was the next one to go. So really great guard, Sierra. We saw what she can do. She can get a shot off. She played for Kentucky. She played for Virginia Tech. Just amazing college career. I can go, Sierra, we could spend the rest of this podcast just going over her stats. Remember that Diana Taurasi episode where we said this, and this? This is what she is, Sierra. She's a small guard at 5'6", but she doesn't play like it. A lot of heart, a lot of tenacity. And she gonna get a shot off. That's what you need in the WNBA. People got to be ready to score in the WNBA. Play defense and score. Play your role. She's going to do all of that. She's a facilitator, high IQ. I love this for the Washington Mystics. They just got a lot better.
I told you they was building a team. I could have sworn that they had at least 3 of the top 10 picks. So happy for her. I love her game. And shout out to the small guards.
And yup, number 7. We got to pause. Number 7.
Yeah, you mic'd up.
There, I'm mic'd up right now, and I got to take a pause because the number 7 pick, none but the Chicago legend from the South Side, Anissa Morrow from LSU. Come on now, C's. The number 2 double-double leader in college basketball history. Not just this season, history. Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Anissa Morrow. Chicago. We got a good one.
From Simeon, Sierra.
Yeah, sure. Anissa Morrow. This is huge for Chicago. This is a basketball city. This is like a sweet ending at the end of it. You know, yeah, LSU they couldn't get past. They didn't do what we wanted. But for her to have this beautiful ending, I'm just happy for this young lady. I think that this is going to mean a lot to Chicago. She got a lot of support out here. Chicago, again, like I'm going to say it for a second time, it's a basketball city. We're from Chicago, so we just proud to see this. Proud to see that this is possible. She played for DePaul, ended up going to LSU, and she had a ton of success. Like you said, yeah, she broke records, not at just LSU, in college women's basketball, period. So Anissa Morrow, Well deserved.
Yeah, and I just want to say this here. She's going to Connecticut Sun. They lost a lot of players. They did a clean sweep almost. They go back and they say, we about to get busy in this draft. And who do they get? Anissa Morrow, Sierra, has a knack for the ball. She's like an Angel Reese. She's going to grab that ball. She's going to get rebounds, Sierra. That's what she's known for. Not only does she rebound, she scores. She is so meticulous around the rim. She has a knack for the ball, and she has great post moves. This is everything they need. They just lost everything. Now they getting it all back.
It's like they literally recovered.
They recovered with just this.
Almost. They literally got her back.
She plays with poise. She plays with heart. She's relentless. She does what you can't teach. Her work ethic, Sierra. This is what Moki said about her. She ain't just hungry. No, she's starving. That's what she says. She's starving. This is how she plays. Like, she's starving, Sierra. You can't teach that. So shout out Chicago. Shout out LSU. Shout out Anissa Morrows. Congratulations. And number 7 pick to the Connecticut Sun. And in my book, she like number 1, to be honest, because Southside.
Yeah.
All right, going on. Another one of your favorites from NC State, the number 8 pick, Sanaya Rivers. How do you feel about her, Sierra? She going to the Suns. Joins Morrow. We said they made a queen sweep. Now they just going back, and let's bring it back. We about to bring them all back.
Yeah, I think a lot of these teams, where we didn't realize they was making moves. But see, the W was smart, and they was using Unrivaled to kind of package this for us. See, all of it was like just you just keep on building on a sandwich, layer after layer after layer. We saw a lot of trades that surprised us a few weeks ago. But now, they're rebuilding these teams. They doing it in a hurry with some young players. They're saying, let's get some of this young talent that's going to be around. Anissa Morrows, it's not, is she going to make a team? She is going to build the team. So when you come back with these 2 picks, I'm just excited for that organization where we kind of thought, dang, they took a loss. No, they didn't. They recovered it all.
Yeah, Sanaya Rivers from NC State. We know what they did last year in the tournament. We know what they did this year in the season. They beat the number 1 when Notre Dame was number 1, Sierra. It was because of her and Isaiah James. Come on now, Sierra. Sanaya Rivers, a great player, will stretch the floor. She's long. She can defend. She can get to her spot. She has a great mid-range game.
Mid-range is sick.
I just said that, Sierra. Her mid-range game, when she gets there, she can get to the basket. And, oh, yeah. She was like leading the college. She was leading this year along with Juju, and great company of defense and offense. 2-way players here. You can't teach that. That's something that the WNBA, they look for. They look for those type players. One thing they like is a big guard, somebody that can defend and score. She's all 3. Come on now.
And you know what term that I've been hearing a lot today, and we got to say it, when you can score at every level. It's 3 levels. Can you score around the paint? Can you score in the perimeter and mid-range? These are players that can score at all 3 levels.
Yep. So going number 9 to the Sparks. The Sparks finally did something. They got your girl, Sarah, the one that you made that post about saying, keep an eye on her. Sarah Ashley Barker. Remember her from Alabama?
Yeah, this is a pick that let me speak on this. This was a pick. Well, I think this was a perfect pick because they were looking for a 3-and-D, but I told you this pick I think is perfect because now you got a player that can stretch the wing. They already got some post deviation, and they got Plum who can get going, get ice and dice. She can get whatever she wants at the basket. But now you got this player, DH, that can actually do that too. But she can shoot lights out. She can go for 30. And then she hungry. She's one of them dogs. Was she in Kelsey Plum's dog class? If she wasn't, she should have been. She should have been because she played both ends of the court. She can go coast to coast and then come back and do it again. And then do it again and again. She's that good. She's legit. And that's why I had a post. Go on our page on TikTok, scroll down a little bit, and you will see me shout out this young lady. I think she went for what, 30, Deasia?
They said she went for 45 points. She hit them 3 free throws in overtime.
Oh, yeah.
She ended up scoring 45 points.
She hit them clutch free throws. She's clutch. She hit them clutch free throws and didn't, she forced a second overtime. She's legit, and this was an excellent pick for the Sparks. Like you said, they did something.
Sierra, they got Kelsey Plum. They just add her. They got Rakia Jackson. They have Cameron Brink, and we'll tell you later who else they got, which is one of my dogs.
Excuse me. They instantly become a contender.
Yeah, they said that she is relentless. That's what they ended on. She's relentless.
Is.
So
and
we'll
I don't
move
say
on.
that about a lot of people. I don't say that.
Sarah, we're going to move on to our team, the Chicago Sky. We've been rooting for them to do a lot of things. We want them to get a guard, but what do they do? They go get a big. Now, we weren't mad once we saw the pick because this big is going to stretch the floor. She can shoot off the dribble from the three. Sarah, you don't see that a lot from bigs.
My first thoughts on this was why, but then I'm like, yeah, they did need this, Deasia.
So her name is Aja Civica from Slovenia. And sorry if I butchered that, but I know that you're going to come to Chicago. We're going to get to know you real soon, and we're going to be rooting for you along with Angel Reese, and we'll tell you coming up who else got picked to the Chicago Sky because we was like, they need a guard. But I'm so glad that they got this pick because I just think she's going to space the floor. She's going to have, they're going to have excellent three-man games here. Actually, a triangle offense that they could play because you're going to have to come out on her. You can't leave Angel Reese because if you do, she's just going to be around the rim. And then you got to be on somebody else who I'm about to mention. None other. HVL Haley Van Leaf. This one is what I was yelling in the TV for, like, yes. Because I'm a diehard Chicago Sky fan. I ain't no Bulls fan, but I love the Chicago Sky, Sierra. And I had to say, like, thank you. We got the guard that we need. We don't know what's going to happen with Kennedy Carter, but we know Haley Van Leaf, Sierra, she coming to Chicago Sky like a dog. She coming for blood. She took 3 teams to the Elite 8, 3 of them. That's hard to do, Sierra. We saw what she did in this tournament with TCU. She put them on her back. But she took them there.
Yes, you know what I want to say? She is few from America that has professional experience.
I was going to tell you that, Sierra, she's already a pro. She went into the Olympics like, I'm already a pro, Sierra. She's already did that. I like to say my comparison of her is a Kelsey Plum. They both dogs. Sierra, why is she that? Kelsey Plum played on 3-on-3. Haley Van Leaf played on 3-on-3. They both put teams on their back. They're just scorers. They relentless, Sierra. They can get their shot off. Sierra, you really can't stop Haley Van Leaf. How are you going to stop her? When she gets to a mid-range, you cannot stop her. She's fading away. Same thing, Kelsey Plum. You cannot stop her. But guess what? She coming home to the Chicago Sky. Let's go.
Yeah, I wanted to say this before we move on. And I think what she brings to Chicago, the personality of her, is so Chicago. Just like when you think of a player that fits well, she fits perfect.
She ain't playing with none other than Angel Reese. Come on now.
That's what I said. She gonna fit perfect. Yeah,
and let's not forget, they've already played together on LSU. They said they didn't get the job done. Angel Reese just tweeted, we ain't do it right that time. Let's go back.
Well, Van Leaf part of that seatbelt game. She is. So when they play Fever, that might get sticky.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm looking forward to possibly going to that Fever game. I really want to see the Chicago Sky versus the Fever. Both 2 great teams, but another great team that just got the 12th pick. And one of my favorite players in college this year, behind the back on a fast break, going left, Isaiah James to guess who, Sierra? The Dallas Wings just got better. Again. So now they get Paige Bueckers. They come back with the 12th pick, Isaiah James. See, I was looking for her to go earlier, but guess what? She went to the Dallas Wings. Now, you was just telling me that she may have a hard time because that team is deep, but I think no. I think she's going to be a great player off the bench. She won't start. I don't see her starting, but I think she can definitely make that roster team. And if they want to make a championship run, you got to have bench players, and that's what she's going to bring, scoring power off the bench. See her. Enrique may get in foul trouble. What if Paige is having a rough night? You need somebody else to go to. They was just saying all 3 of them on the floor late in the game, Sarah. How you going to stop them? You need her. Plus, Dejanay playing defense here. This team will be hard to stop. If she's on it, come on now. They going for a championship.
I agree that it's going to be an overload, wherever you put them on a court together. But I'm just worried about how she's going to fit in the beginning, but we'll see.
Sierra, she's deadly going left. She has high IQ. She can get to the mid-range. She can score around the basket. Isaiah James, 12th pick to the Dallas Wings. Congratulations. Now, that makes up the first round. We gonna speed through the second round. We just gonna tell you some of our highlights.
We don't need to go through all of them. We gonna tell you who we was just excited. Shout out to everybody.
I'm gonna start off in the second round. Somebody who I was happy to see, of course, Pow Pow Sierra. She went to the Atlanta Dream. She was the 18th pick, the Atlanta Dream from South Carolina. We know what she's going to do on there. They already have players coming back. You got Alicia Gray, you got Howard, Brittany Griner. So you need somebody that's going to stretch the floor to shoot the three, and that's what Pow Pow brings to the Atlanta Dream. Shout out South Carolina. What else does South Carolina do in this draft? Well, let's see. Who else got drafted? Oh, nothing else but the next pick. I mean, the next two picks, we got Bree Hall at 20, and we got Sanaya Fagan going to the Sparks. Now, we talked about the Sparks here, how much better they just got tonight. There's no definite answer of when Cameron Brink. They said June, maybe, but that all depends on the healing process. We know that takes time. She just suffered an ACL injury. Who do you ask? Sanaya Fagan, with a Rakia Jackson, with a Kelsey Plum, Sierra. This team just got a lot better. There's something to look out for. So I love that.
She definitely did something tonight. Now, I would say them moving Kelsey Plum there was a big move a few weeks ago. That was a big move. But them doing what they did tonight, they looking to come back to the legacy that Lisa Leslie left. That's what they're looking to do this season.
Yeah, another great player coming back. I mean, Sanaya Fagan, we went to the Sparks. Now, I just brushed over Bree Hall. That was a great pickup for the Fever. Why? It's because you already have shooters. And when you playing with a shooter, you don't need nothing but actually more shooters, because if you want to go 5 out, what do? You need shooters. We know what Caitlin Clark is going to do, Sarah. You got to put shooters around her. That's why Iron was so good, because they had a Kate Martin. But guess who they just got? Bree Hall. And why is she good for them is because she's going to play defense. You lost some of your defensive players when you lost a Nalissa to the Dallas Wings. So what do you need now? You need somebody who's tall, who's long, on the wing that can defend, and that's what she's going to do, Sierra. Even if she don't score, Sierra, she's going to play defense, and that's what the Fever needs. They're already a championship contender. Like, they brought in pieces this year. They brought back Kelsey Mitchell, so what do they need? They need a defensive, just a lockdown, seatbelt game player, and that's what Bree Hall is. I love to see it. Going on to the UConn, Sierra, I'll let you take over, because you've been rooting for them to get other pickups just like Paige all night. Who did they get?
They got Chain. UConn was able to draft Chain, and they was able to draft Griffin. So I know Gino is smiling from ear to ear, just thinking that he had 3 players to go in the draft. And who knows? Like, you never know when you're just there to cheer on your teammate. But that's phenomenal. I think, Deasia, that they have everything saying that they can make these teams. And I'm just happy for them. They just played in a championship game and won. And they did it in blowout fashion. They are ready to play at the next level. So I'm just so excited. And I want to highlight just the programs, like you said about SC. I want to highlight the excellence that comes from Connecticut. These players normally do well when they go to the WNBA. And it's all of the other things that have been taught. They become leaders on these WNBA teams. They become those players that you also see going to the Olympics. They are the professionals of professionals. So they normally go there with kind of a one-up. They are kind of full steam ahead, I should say. We've seen a lot of success last year from Kate Martin. She was alongside Caitlin Clark. So this is possible from these players that we kind of see go under the radar. I love those stories. And I think that it was great that the W highlighted that. We saw them. And I don't agree with what Holly Rose said. You came ready. She said that to one young lady. You was ready, or dress rehearsal. Something she said. You was ready because you was here to cheer on your teammate and you got drafted. But I would like to say, the tone of it, it's hard to
put. She was just meaning that what happened last year, Kate Martin, you know that story. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. I'm telling my opinion of it. It's nothing wrong with it. But I think that those young ladies was there cheering on their teammate, and it's great to see that they got drafted. And yes, they was dressed up, whether that was for their moment or their teammate. It didn't have to be acknowledged. The moment to acknowledge was that they are drafted.
Well, Sarah, I mean, this just proves we can go back say all this about Holly Rowe, but these statements are about Gino and about Don. Don and Gino, people can say what they want, but they get players to the WNBA. Making a team is something different, but they get drafted. Now, these players all got to go back and get in the lab. Tonight was tonight, but they got to go get busy and go make these teams because the teams only got a certain amount of spots, and really, some of the players are already locked in. There's only a couple of spots on each team, but that's not to say. I mean, these teams drafted these players for a reason. They got a deficit to fill. They looking to get to championships. It's only one team that didn't have a single draft tonight, and that was the New York Liberty because they're already loaded. They are.
Yeah, I feel like all of these teams have they needed something. So this draft, first of all, let's shout out this draft class. I think it's one of those ones that's going to go down in history. You're going to remember this, and I like what you said from the beginning, that they celebrated them in a way that they deserve. They are professionals now. 38 players was drafted tonight. They are professionals, and they deserve to be celebrated and acknowledged in that way just as well as any other sport. What I like about this draft, though, is just the draft in itself. This was one that was easier to watch. It was more enjoyable. When you watch an NFL draft, it goes over days and it's long, it's drawn out, and sometimes you're just waiting and waiting and waiting to see if your guy, see if that player you've been following is going to be drafted. What they did, it was quick, short, to the point, and as a storyline, it brought you in. It drew you into the stories. These families, how many tears did we see? Their parents crying, their brothers and sisters crying in celebration because instantly, their dreams come true. We know how hard it is to have a dream to play in the WNBA. How many young women, we were these young women that had these same aspirations. It's very hard to accomplish and to know that they have made it. I'm sure only tears can put that into words. So I think what the WNBA has celebrated, I love to see it, and I prefer to see it over the NBA or NFL. It was a better show. Yes, it was a better segment. I'm just going on to say that. It was better.
Yeah, I was going to say I really like this episode because we're not talking about really anything else but highlighting the WNBA on this special night. It's about the WNBA draft. It's about the W tonight. I mean, if I could wear orange right now, that's what I would be wearing because I'm for the W, Sierra. Like, they're going into their 28th season. They're setting the standard of what women's sports should be, what it can be, what it is. These players, their life have changed, as you just mentioned. And it's only the start for them. We get to cheer them on for the rest of their career. And there's a lot of players that are coming back that's already having amazing careers. I'm looking forward to seeing what Angel Reese is going to do. I'm looking forward to what Kelsey Plum is going to do in the Sparks. I'm looking forward to seeing what Dejanay is going to do right now with the Dallas Wings. It ain't all about Paige. It ain't all about Enrique. But these teams are just getting better, Sierra, and we love to see it. So shout out to WNBA.
What I want to say is, before we kind of wrap this up, is the popularity, the views. Like, if you look at their social media platforms, what's driving this, what's making all of this possible is because the likeness, they're finally getting acknowledged for their likeness. I think Paige Bueckers is already the third followed player in the WNBA, and she ain't played one single game. That's huge. Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, she's just behind them. It's just showing the growth. They have millions of followers. So it's showing the growth of this league. And it's exciting for the business aspect. It's exciting for us as fans. It's exciting for all parties. But these young ladies, the product themselves, deserve all of the credit tonight. That's all I got to say.
And one more thing that I wanted to say, I know it's getting long-winded now, but I wanted to say that I think like the overall theme of this draft was it really doesn't matter what pick you get. As long as you get picked and you going on to live out your dreams. You know, some of these players here, they could have went earlier. Some of them didn't make it in the first round, but guess what? They went to the team that's fit for them. It's not like the NBA here where they got a whole bunch of picks. This is the WNBA. They don't have a lot of picks, so they looking for perfect fits. And that player could be a guard, it could be a big. So shout out to the players that, you know, you're going to find yourself in a great situation. I think these teams, the GMs, the coaches, they're choosing the perfect fit, and they're trying to get these players to make the roster team. So congrats to all players, no matter what pick you were, what round you went. You in the W now.
Welcome to the W. This is our episode.
Didn't you have a question for me that you was gonna ask?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Before I finish, what was your fit of the day?
My fit of the day was none other than Paige, because she was in her big bag. I liked that the fit changed, but I liked the first fit better than the second one. I think, and I liked how she didn't go up there with the white. I'm so tired of seeing that number one pick white. Like, come on now.
She went up there with a statement, Deasia.
I don't know what statement she was making, but I think she was just trying.
They always go up there with white. I wonder what she's making a statement.
She wore that number one pick white last year, and she didn't get picked. Like, she was just there supporting. So I was glad this year when she got picked number one, she wore black, and she said she wanted to wear sparkles. Coach, they kind of designed that, but I liked it. The bag was that just set that whole fit off, Sarah. It was crazy, and it was basically showing like I'm in my biggest bag right now, and I'm about to get deeper in my bag in the W. So I really liked that fit, and of course, it's gonna go down in history. Her going up there to get her hat and get her jersey and that other fit, but the first one was cold, the one on the orange carpet with the bag. I love that. So that was my fit of the day. Shout out Paige, shout out the Wings, shout out UConn, shout out the number one pick in W. What else can I say? It was just a great night.
All right, let's end it there, y'all. This is Nothing Lightly. Follow us on all platforms. Follow us on YouTube, TikTok, subscribe on YouTube. Listen to us wherever you get your podcasts. If that's Apple, if that's Spotify, give us 5 stars. And we'll be back with y'all soon. It's Nothing Like It.